Is it the policy or practice of the United States government to support and condone domestic terrorist police departments' activities in the United States while condemning the same acts abroad? Kidnapping, extortion, murder, and things like that. Human trafficking. They're human trafficking. That's what they are. They're a human trafficking organization. Is it the policy of the United States government or any agencies thereof to employ and train domestic terrorists, then equip them with police uniforms, dangerous weapons, and body armor for their protection against the United States citizens? So I'm opting out of paying taxes because I do not support financially domestic terrorist activities or organizations within the U.S. territories. Are terrorists immune from prosecution for committing assaults with dangerous and deadly weapons, kidnappings for extortion in the form of cash or surety bails, and executions, then claiming it is within their official duties as City of Sioux Falls or any other city police departments or any other government agency? Is it the policy of the United States government or any agency thereof to harbor persons, businesses, or organizations accused of operating a domestic terrorist organized police department or individuals within that group of the same committing isolated incidents within the United States and Dakota territories? When the person accused of committing terrorist acts in the police department and the respondent superior as a whole claims the acts are done as official duties, does that department or government agency claim responsibility for those terroristic acts of kidnapping under color of law? You know, they went after bin Laden. He was the respondent superior, right? Or Al-Qaeda with the terrorist acts. Is petitioner entitled to an exoneration for his wrongful and malicious prosecution and conviction of second-degree escape? I bonded out of jail, right? And then I got arrested in another county for something. Somebody else shot a car or something like that, and they brought the victim to come and identify me, and she positively ID'd that I was not involved or not the person that did it. Well, they arrested me anyways and held me in jail, and I couldn't make it back to South Dakota court because I was in custody over there. And then when I got extradited here, they charged me with escape for bonding out. That's not escape. That's a malicious prosecution, a wrongful conviction for a crime I did not commit. Explain what summary judgments, motions for acquittal, default judgments, and judgments as a matter of law have in common and the conflicting differences in practices. Are police officers trained or any city or county official trained in filing and serving a summons as part of due process? Define the Fourth Amendment's warrant requirement. Does the Fourth Amendment's protections mandate that warrants be issued prior to arrest and formal complaint? Does the Fourth Amendment authorize or restrict officers from making a warrantless arrest? Are persons making warrantless arrest required to take the seized person before a judicial officer of the court, present them to a sheriff, or confine them in a jail cell for months on end, or take them to a hospital for emergency treatment, as they claim it, to clean up the evidence of assault on the person they arrested? They cleaned up all my blood and took darts and shrapnel out of my head. Now, police officers are trained that aiming and firing a taser at somebody's head or face area could cause serious injury or death. So when he pointed at my head, it's safe to assume that he intended to kill me. That was an attempted murder on the camera. I got the video posted. If a criminal assault occurs and a person transports them by force against their will for medical treatment and services, amount to a tampering with evidence by cleaning up evidence of assault. They didn't take no pictures. They didn't document the injuries. What is human trafficking and smuggling? Is the backway entrances to the courtroom a human smuggling trafficking route into the courts out of view of the public for later transportation across or within state lines? Do defendants in criminal proceedings have the right to defend in person and through counsel? Does a defendant have the right to assist his lawyer in his defense and file pro persona motions if he has a lawyer appointed? So these are a list of the cases here. District of South Dakota, mostly all of them in circuit courts for First Judicial Circuit. District of South Dakota case 409 CV 04179. Nicholas A. Davis, individual official capacity. Melissa Larson, Deputy Palmer, Jerry Miller. In Circuit Court, First Judicial Circuit for the State of South Dakota, Elk Point, Union County. Case number 09-63C080000286AO. Robert Dooley, defendant. Alternate case number in the same court. 63CIV 09000389. District of South Dakota, case number 420-CV-04151. State of South Dakota, Minnehaha County State's Attorney's Office, Mark Cady, Melissa Summers, Tim Hirschberger. Those are defendants. District of South Dakota, 421-CV-04177. Michael Matson, Jerry Miller, Attorney General of South Dakota, defendants. District of South Dakota, 421-CV-04179. Officer, Domestic Terrorist Officer Justin Ritter, Human Trafficker, in his individual and official capacity. Officer, Human Smuggling Trafficking Aaron Bobier, in his individual and official capacity in the state of South Dakota, County of Minnehaha, 2nd Judicial Circuit, 49 CIV 22-1930. Michael Matson, the Attorney General of South Dakota. District of South Dakota, 422-4076. Michael Matson, Mark A. Vargo, Attorney General of South Dakota. District of South Dakota, 422 CV 04147. City of Sioux Falls, Robin Howman, Bradley Zell, Caleb Paulson, Emmanuel DeCastro, Minnehaha County. A related case, similar, Mike Hoft versus Sioux Falls Police, case number unknown, District of South Dakota. Jacob James, deceased, murdered by City of Sioux Falls Domestic Terrorist Police Departments. Petitioner Daniel Gomez, representing himself as a pro se, does not hold any stock in the state of South Dakota or the parties mentioned. Might have to do some more parts. So this is a list of exhibits and documents. I got Appendix 1, Exhibit 1, Document 1, Doc 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Title 16-18, Powers and Duties of Attorneys. I put in here Addendum 1, Documents 1 through 9, Document 1, no contact order, notice of constitutional challenges to a state statute, declaration, supplemental information in support of constitutional challenge and request for relief. Document 4, Documents 5, motion to take judicial notice filed in the United States 8th Circuit Court of Appeals. Document 6, order from the state of South Dakota Supreme Court denying motion for certificate of probable cause. Document 7, notice of constitutional challenge. Document 8, grievances and appeals demanding speedy trial or dismissals. Table of authority, United States, ex relinquish, Means versus Solon, 480, F, SUPP, 128, District of South Dakota, 1979. They established right there you have the right to defend yourself and use force against police. People versus Adams, California Appeals, 4th, 946, 98, California Repeater. Conditions of release, South Dakota Codified Laws. Petitioner was criminally accused in South Dakota State of Courts of criminal assault on law enforcement, October 1st, 2021. Exhibit 2, Document 2. Petitioner was accused of being a career habitual criminal. Exhibit 2, Document 1. Petitioner has evidence to dispute state's claims in entirety and valid legal defenses against criminal habitual Part 2 allegations, and claimed lawful constitutional self-defense, defending my liberty and my life from assault and kidnapping under color of law by domestic terrorist police departments, consistent with the United States Constitution. Petitioner demanded speedy trial and applied for the effective assistance of a lawyer. Appointed lawyers refused to render effective assistance, depriving petitioner of Sixth Amendment rights. Petitioner filed several federal counter-complaints in defense against the state's criminal allegations against petitioner, Appendix A through I. Petitioner moved for dismissal of the criminal complaint for violating petitioner's constitutional rights. Petitioner, under duress, pleaded no contest involuntarily because he was deprived of effective assistance and a speedy and fair trial, which one of my witnesses passed away during the course of this constant delays. I'll come back with the part 3 later. My time's about up, okay?